Hi. Hi there. There, I wrote it all down. Let's see if it gets better if I don't tell this all as I go. Make this up. I had one sentence. And I failed. Hello there. If anybody tells me ever again that I have stand-up comedy style skills, I don't. I had to write this all down because apparently I can't say a single word without a manuscript. So here we go. Hello there. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a jack of all trades, which is the old days name for ADHD. I have to pause here for a second. I'm used to not sharing my issues and my background, but then I found out that people make up their own reasons for my behavior. I'm really struggling with actually developing skills and my online presence. And it's not because I'm a narcissist or lazy or stupid or don't care enough, or what names have I been called also. It's because of ADHD. It's hard to be consistent, to keep my eyes on the prize, and also not forget my duties as a mother and a wife and a human being. So most of my mental energy, or spoons if you heard the term, go into my kids and housework, but my ambitions as an artist are usually the ones neglected. Well, that and earning clothes. I've been creating since I was a kid in a tiny Eastern Ukrainian industrial village. It means there is a tiny town built specifically for factory workers. And it means terrible ecology and lots of cancer, sadly. I was actually going to start my YouTube channel a year ago, and then I would totally joke about my hometown, but then well know what happened. And my perspective changed a lot. My mom brought me to Israel at the age of 12, and so I discovered computers and the internet in 2005. I felt like I was too late, frankly. Like everybody was on the internet before I was probably even born. I invented enlarging a Microsoft Paint file and drawing with dots, but later discovered it existed and is called pixel art. Then I invented it in markers art style and called it ornamental patchworks, and later found out it exists and is called Zentangle. Lots of things I invent. I later discover that they exist. At some point I would just Google my idea and see that there is a 10-year-old business doing just that. It is extremely frustrating at first, but I was told by a nice teacher that it actually means that all my ideas are brilliant and money making. I just haven't found my niche yet. Hope she's right. It was actually very hard creating whole 9 videos without talking because I'm quite the chatterbox. But now that you hear my accent and my squeaky voice, you understand why I learn very hard to shut up. At least sometimes. My husband loves my voice, but then he's an anime fan, so that explains it. Now that I have whole 15 now, subscribers, not all of whom are my family and friends. I don't have that many family and friends, frankly. I want to discuss what my channel will be about. Let me list my skills and interests and tell me, you, my non-existent subscribers, what you're interested in the most. Or I can make a channel about all these things, which you probably will, right? First, my skills. As I said before, I'm a jack of all trades. Wait, got it. What if I called myself queen of all trades? Right? So jack. A quick Google search. And this term exists. Figures. Story of my life. So, since I'm a jack of all trades and master of none, I may have helpful tips, inspiring stories, and funny fails in any art and craft field, but I probably won't be helpful to real masters. My skills are drawing with a pencil, a pen, colored pencils, painting with oils, painting with watercolors, digital art, origami, 3D modeling in Blender, enough to help me with my drawing and visualizing ideas, creating lamp or glass, polymer clay like Fimo, or this air dry clay, right? Epoxy, sculpting ceramics, footwear, jewelry, sculptures, and garden planters, and tiny miniatures to put in a fairy garden. Love making those. Creative writing, crocheting, upcycling clothes and bags, fixing things around the house, and clothes and bags. Learning languages, I know 5, but I have an accent in all 5 languages, including my mother tongue. That's right, you heard me. And jewelry making. Jewelry making. I mean, I tried silversmithing, but I don't really like soldering. I was soldering back in school when I learned electronics, but it was with, cheaper materials, and using silver is really terrifying because I'm afraid to just burn it up and it's very expensive. Also, I'm a lefty, and many of these skills are pretty tricky to master if you're a lefty. Because when you copy the teacher or YouTube video, you have to constantly mirror the picture in your head. Now, my interests. I'm a very slow reader. A couple months ago, I was diagnosed with ADHD, and now I know that's probably why I can't read. But I love reading, especially classical literature, comedy, and sci-fi. I love watching TV. I love watching movies and TV shows. I play computer games, but I'm extremely lousy at it. In fact, that's how my close ones pushed me towards opening a YouTube channel. They said my stand-up-ish take on classical literature and self-deprecating jokes of lousy gaming skills would be hilarious to watch. And I was seriously considering it a year ago. But then I contracted COVID and it messed with my emotions and my brain. For the first time in my life, I became normal. I wasn't a chatterbox anymore. I wasn't overflowing with creative energy, ideas, and inventions. I keep looking back and forth and I lose where I'm reading. I could read really fast without getting distracted. See what I'm talking about? I'm healthy now. COVID is behind me. I could read really fast without getting distracted. Is some superpower everyone but me had all this time? Seriously. You all can read? My god. It's like COVID sucked all the joy and energy out of me and left an emotionless drone. I mean, I am a Star Trek fan and always wished I was more Vulcan, but be careful what you wish for, I guess. Then on February 24th, we all know what happened, and frankly, I sort of don't want to be hilarious anymore. I was really depressed, and I've been through countless hardships before, and creating was what kept me going through all these years. But since COVID cut out my creativity, like chirurgically, right? It's crazy. I had no coping mechanisms to deal with my depression. Also, like many Ukrainians that emigrated years ago, I developed survivor's guilt. But then I decided to start creating for charity, and it really lifted my spirits. I'm making lots of blue and yellow beads. I learned traditional Ukrainian folk art that I was meaning to learn for years. And I started going to craft fairs dedicated to helping Ukrainians. Finally, I started tutoring online. I help Ukrainian kids for free, scattered around the world with languages, school subjects, and I'm teaching them art. And most of the time, I feel like I shouldn't have a YouTube channel. Either my low self-esteem kicks in and wants me not to waste anybody's time, including yours. Or I feel like there are so many more talented and charismatic and fun creators out there. The world doesn't really need me. But by drowning in depression this past year and not creating for the first time in my life, I realized I need this. I need to pour my endless creative energy out there, share it with the world ASAP. I don't know if anybody watched this whole boring video until the end, but if you did, sorry for wasting your time and thank you very much. I'm working on being more fun in the future, remembering how I used to be before COVID and war broke my emotions ship. Thanks for watching. Bye.